Agrabah is a city of mystery and seduction, but it's also where you can buy the best merchandise. Speaking of goods, you are guaranteed to be offered something wonderful, but don't be in a hurry to quickly abandon the store. It is immediately obvious that you will be interested in something unusual, after all, connoisseurs of antiques. And today is no exception. We are offered a golden lamp, which can absolutely change people's lives. A man sits on a horse, and on his shoulder is a red parrot, which whimsically repeats after him. The traveler's servant appears and gives him what he has been looking for a long time, the second piece of the golden scarab. And at once the treasure literally flies from his hands. The man barely hurries after him, but in front of the hero a tiger with an open mouth appears out of the sand. Just what haunted him in his ghostly dreams, and it has become a reality, the Cave of Riches. He abruptly grabs his acolyte by the pelt and orders him to find him a lamp inside this cave. Lakai is startled, but steps into the mouth of the Cave of Riches. However, the tiger exhales sharply and begins to speak, asking who dares to disturb his peace. The servant gives his name and reveals that he is only a humble thief. The tiger has a rough and angry look, almost fierce. He replies that only one man will enter this cave, the one who is as unremarkable as a rough diamond on the outside. Jasmine steps into the jaws and the tiger simply eats him, disappearing into the sand while his words hang in the air, like a rough diamond. He has a parrot named Iago and becomes nervous about Jasmine's death, but a mysterious man has gained determination to find this uncut diamond. At the same second, a regular guy shows up to steal a loaf of bread. He is threatened to have his hands chopped off, but the guy keeps running away, immediately joking about it. The guy's name is Aladdin, and he is rescued from the guards by a monkey he called as Abu. He starts singing about his life. He's a skillful thief who has run away from the guards more than once with Abu. And even this time he successfully escapes from the pursuers and starts eating bread, splitting it in half with Abu. But there are small children standing nearby who are also hungry, and Aladdin, being merciful, gives them his half. Many men are on their way to the palace to get the hand and heart of the beautiful princess, the Sultan's daughter. Nearby rode one of those suitors. The man is rude and narcissistic. He wanted to strike with his whip those children to whom Aladdin had given bread. But Aladdin defends them by intercepting the blow and then joking about the man. Aladdin is considered pathetic. They say he has fleas, but the guy does not give up the dream that one day everything will be fine and one day he and Abu will also live in the palace. Jasmine is the very princess of the Sultan, his favorite and only daughter. She has a wonderful tiger named Raju and talks about a silly law that she didn't understand. She has to get married before her next birthday, which is in 3 days. She is frustrated. She wants to get married only after falling in love with a man. She has no friends except Raja. The mysterious man Jafar is a loyal vizier of the Sultan. Jafar, in order to find a good groom for the princess, asks the Sultan for the power of a blue diamond, that is, his ring, which is the family jewel. The Sultan doubts, but at the same second the vizier puts a cane in front of him, which has the shape of a cobra, and orders. Under magical power, the Sultan gives up the ring. Jafar says his intention is to become the next Sultan. Jasmine runs away because her will is being restricted. She strolls through the market, learning about the world and listening to many compliments in her direction. Jasmine familiarizes herself with the world around her. Aladdin, who was sitting next to her, sees her and immediately admires her beauty. Jasmine takes an apple from the counter and gives it to a hungry child. The vendor calls her a thief and is about to cut off her hand for this. Aladdin saves her by telling her that she is silly and thinks even a monkey is a sultan. Abu is stealing apples at the time. Jafar uses the power of the ring and learns about the very uncut diamond from the sands of time. The sands show Aladdin and Jafar orders that Aladdin be invited to the palace. Jasmine thanks Aladdin for saving her from the salesman. They walk together on the rooftops. The girl talks about how Aladdin and Abu are happy because they can come here whenever they want. The boy shows a view of the palace and begins to reflect on what life is like there. Jasmine loses her former joy, saying that the palace commands what to wear, what to say. Aladdin thinks it's better than in poverty, where you have to fight for food. Jasmine continues to talk about how there is no freedom of choice there, and together they conclude, it all feels like being trapped. Jasmine confesses about not going back to her daddy because he is forcing her to get married. Aladdin slips closer to Jasmine and talks about how they can help her. He almost kisses her as the guards burst in and they have to run. They jump off the roof and land right in the sand. The guards grab Aladdin, but Jasmine gives herself away and orders them as a princess to let the guy go. Everyone kneels before the princess, and the sentry informs them that he can't obey Jasmine's orders because he's already following Jafar's orders. Jasmine goes to see Jafar, but the latter says that Aladdin is a criminal and has been captured because he supposedly kidnapped the princess. Jasmine refutes this, but the verdict cannot be changed. Jafar lied about Aladdin's head being cut off. The princess becomes sad and comes to the fountain, where she sobs and hugs her faithful tiger friend. At that time, Aladdin is in prison, reflecting on the fact that Jasmine is a real princess. Abu comes to the prison and frees Aladdin, while some old man who was a prisoner tells about the Cave of Riches. The old man helps him get out. Aladdin goes into the desert and finds the cave and goes into the jaws of a tiger who lets him through. The old man prisoner orders him to find the lamp. Abu is followed by a flying carpet. Aladdin rejoices and asks the magic carpet not to be afraid. Abu behaves rather aggressively. The carpet helps them find the lamp. As Aladdin climbs to get the lamp, Abu sees a bright red diamond that beckons him and steals it. The tiger's menacing voice tells them that they will never see daylight again. All around them, everything begins to collapse and turn into lava. Thanks to the carpet, Abu and Aladdin escape from the death trap. Dejigan is about to kill Aladdin when he gives him the lamp. The boy falls into the abyss of the tiger's mouth. The old man takes off all his clothes, revealing that he is Jafar. Abu and Aladdin are trapped inside the Cave of Riches. Abu pulls out the lamp he stole from Jafar. Aladdin accidentally rubs the lamp and a blue jinn flies out, which tells him that you can wish for anything, but there is a limit of 3 wishes. After a play where the genie shows his story, he tells the rules: he doesn't kill anyone, he can't fall in love with anyone, and he can't raise anyone from the dead. Aladdin begins to mock him because he has limitations and is not omnipotent. Genie becomes annoyed and frees them from the cave himself. The Sultan condemns Jafar and asks to be counseled about the death penalty. Jasmine is determined, saying that the only benefit of her marriage is that she can finally throw Jafar out of this palace. Iago suggests to Jafar that he marry Jasmine to become Sultan. When Genie arrives at the top, he informs him that Aladdin has one less wish. The boy only laughs, because he didn't want Genie to free him, he did it himself. Genie feels he has been tricked, but goes along with it. Aladdin asks about Jin's dream and he tells him that what he wants most of all is freedom, for being free is the highest value. Aladdin promises Genie that he will free Genie with his 3rd wish. Genie asks about his 1st wish. Aladdin asks to be made a prince. Genie changes his clothes. Abu turns him into an elephant. Jafar goes to the Sultan and points out the law that if the princess does not find a groom herself, the Sultan must choose one, and if that fails, she must marry the vizier. Jafar uses the power of his cobra cane and tries to master the Sultan's will, but his concentration is interrupted by the music. A new prince rides into the palace. Genie, transforming into different characters, sings about Prince Ali. They burst into the palace with gifts for the princess. The Sultan is pleased, while Jafar is completely enraged, for this disrupts his plans. The Sultan rejoices like a child and flies on a magic carpet. Jasmine arrives and hears a conversation between the vizier, the Sultan, and Prince Ali. She is angry because they are deciding her fate for her again, as if she were some prize in a lottery. Genie advises her to tell Aladdin the truth and be herself, but the boy refuses to listen to him. The princess is resting in her chambers with Raji. Prince Ali comes to her and Jasmine almost recognizes him as Aladdin. Genie in the form of a bee gives various advice. The princess acts confident and says that such smug princes come to her in hordes. Prince Ali recognizes her right to choose, then offers her to fly together on the magic carpet. Jasmine recognizes Aladdin after all, catching him in a lie about Abu. Aladdin still lies about being a prince and dresses up as a commoner. They return to the palace and Jasmine kisses Aladdin. When Aladdin left the princess, he is captured by Jafar's guards. Aladdin is thrown into the water with his belongings. He faints and accidentally rubs the lamp. Genie rescues him from the water. They embrace and Al thanks him for saving him. The Sultan, under the influence of the cobra cane, says that Jasmine must marry Jafar. Aladdin comes and destroys Jafar's cane so that he can no longer manipulate the Sultan. Jafar is declared wanted as a traitor. Jasmine chooses Aladdin as her groom. Iago starts packing to flee, and Jafar is already plotting his revenge. Aladdin is upset because he does not want to be Sultan and confesses this to Genie. He cannot free Genie as he is nothing without him. Aladdin snaps at his friends, being confused. He decides that he must tell the truth. Iago fakes Jasmine's voice and lures Aladdin out, while he steals the lamp. Jafar, having obtained the lamp, wishes to become Sultan. Genie, under Jafar's power, lifts the palace into the air. The second wish of the former vizier is to become the most powerful sorcerer. He forces the princess and her father to bow and then tells the truth about Aladdin. The Sultan is made a jester and Jasmine is made a maid. Jafar wants a third wish for Jasmine to fall in love with the vizier. Jasmine begins to pretend to be in love with Jafar to buy time for Aladdin. In order not to give him away, she kisses Jafar. A struggle ensues. Using magic, Jafar shoves Jasmine into an hourglass, makes a toy out of Abu, and shavings out of a magic carpet. Jafar turns into a cobra. Aladdin begins to taunt Jafar, saying that Genie is still the strongest, and yet Jafar uses his last wish to become the all-powerful Genie. Aladdin turns this wish against him and now Jafar is forever in the lamp. Aladdin gives his last wish to Genie. The Sultan repeals the law and allows the princess to marry whomever she wishes. Jasmine marries Aladdin. Write in the comments what you think about this cartoon. Did you like to watch it as a child and want to review the second part? Thank you very much for watching and see you soon.